I hate sliding doors.
Why? You're not going to have as much children traffic, and
To me,
they've
it
really
has
come a long
nothing
ways.
to do. It comes down to the work that I'm putting in. I am putting in equal work that my sister wives are.
Hey lovely viewers, welcome to my update gossip channel. I will explain everything. Watch this video until end. Sister Wives stars Robyn and ChristineBrown aren't exactly besties these days, and I don't think they ever will be, as there's so much water under the bridge. Since they're often compared, we might as well compare their engagement rings too. One ring appears to have a bigger center stone. Is it Robyn's upgrade ring or Christine's marquise cut solitaire design? By looking at pictures, it's fairly easy to decide. Love isn't about the size of a gemstone, it's about what that diamond actually means to the one who gives it, and the one who accepts it. However, jewelry is fun to wear, and it's safe to say that each woman treasures her ring. Robyn appears to have gotten a fabulous hunk of ice from Kody. She's been flaunting the upgrade rock, as well as Robyn's Devid signet ring, which is her right-hand ring. Christine adores her feminine engagement ring from sisterwivesdavid Woolly, with its unique setting and traditional solitaire cut. Both rings are gorgeous, but which one seems grander in terms of size and scale? Well, naturally, Robyn's does, but really, not by a lot. In a Reddit post by the Deleted, there is a very clear shot of Christine's engagement ring, as seen in the screen grab above. Her ring appears to have a solitaire stone between 1 and 2 carats. It's a very nice ring, not too big and not too small. It's sophisticated, with an elegant marquise cut center stone. Its setting features 3 thin bands of precious metal that are intertwined. The overall effect is delicate, feminine, and appealing. It's a great ring for a great lady. Since it's a marquise cut, it's narrow rather than round, and that might make it appear smaller, but it's a pretty impressive diamond that appears to be icy white and practically flawless. There don't seem to be a lot of visible occlusions, flaws, in Christine's ring. It looks like Devid went all out, choosing a gorgeous design for his true love. While it isn't as blingy as rings we see on women at the Oscars, or the wives and girlfriends of A-list athletes or rock stars, it's very pretty. It doesn't get lost on the hand. In Linny Poo's TikTok, Robyn shows off 2 rings at once. The upgraded engagement ring is on her left hand, and her Devid signet ring's on the other hand. Kody has a matching Devid signet ring. Kody also wears a shield pendant from that designer. Her upgraded diamond has a square cut and a bolder setting. It stands out a bit more on her hand than Christine's does. Unfortunately, it was hard to find photos of the same sizes. I tried to find the clearest images so fans could really enjoy looking at the rings. However, after checking out a lot of pictures of both rings online, I found that Robyn's engagement ring seemed to have a bigger solitaire stone. Part of that might be the chunkier cut. It's just a more substantial and less elegant cut in general, which gives it a bolder look. The diamond isn't narrowed down by a marquise cut like Christine's is. So, Robyn's ring does appear to have more bling for the buck. The bolder setting also gives it a grander look. However, diamond size isn't the only thing that determines price, it's also about color, clarity and more. People grade diamonds to assess their value, and there are subtle differences that can make a smaller diamond more valuable than a larger one. So, in terms of how much these rings cost, size may not be everything. The Sister Wives stars are both married to different men now, their lives are different. By abandoning Claddagh rings in favor of new designs that fit who they are as women now, they are branching out. Watching Kody's wife and exes navigate life after the family's breakdown has been interesting, but sometimes wrenching. Yes, these 2 women have loving husbands, but Janelle hasn't been that lucky yet, and she deserves love too. Mary's dipping her toe into the dating pool with Brandon Stone, but her rebound romance with Amos Andrews, which followed her split from Kody, only lasted 4 months. The biggest ring, or any ring at all, doesn't always make for the happiest woman. Lots of rich people are unhappy. The equation is a lot more complex. While Robyn seems to have the most lavish lifestyle, Christine's opening a second property up for rental on Airbnb, so she seems to be doing well too. Mary's got her worthy up business, and Janelle, who never flaunted big diamonds, and says she has money problems, is getting her Taeda Farms business up and running. So much change and so much turmoil has marked the lives of these women, even Robyn's life, although she was the favorite wife. Grief, sadness and anger are emotions that all the Brown women, and Kody too, have felt. Now that the family's dynamic has shifted, hopefully, everyone can enjoy real happiness. Sister wives RobynBrown and Christine have both found love that appears to be the real thing, but Meri and Janelle have love in their lives too. Their friends and children lift them up. Sister Wives star KodyBrown has one wife now, but once upon a time, he had 4, and while they were still with him, he designed pendants for each woman: Robyn, Meri, Christine and Janelle Brown. While he hasn't specifically said what each necklace means, research into the symbols and shapes of those designs is fascinating. It's actually uncanny how well the various symbols and shapes represent the 4 women, all of whom have very different personalities. While so much has changed for the Browns, back then, Kody could still show his fondness for all the females, not just one. Time's a great healer. Hopefully, in the future, everyone's feelings will change, allowing them to grow as human beings, less connected to their painful pasts. These days, Kody and Robyn war with Meri and Janelle over the fate of Coyote Pass. That land was supposed to be the Brown family's utopia, where all could live in peace in their respective homes, while still participating in polygamy. They'd be surrounded by the glory of nature, including lush trees and a tranquil pond. Unfortunately, that beautiful dream has died. Kody and Robyn remain together, but 3 wives are gone, and none of them trust Kody anymore. At a Reddit thread started by Leadership Mission, the necklaces were shown, as seen above. Better pictures of the pendants are featured below, so there's no need to travel to Reddit to see them close up. At that social media platform, Kody, who blatantly preferred Robyn before a trio of wives bailed out on their spiritual unions, isn't a popular man. However, the truth is that he doesn't deserve all the criticism that he gets. Fans saw the necklaces when they were featured on Sister Wives. Back then, Christine complained about her design. She wasn't fond of the etching, as per a Redditor on the thread. Some people who left comments were also deeply unimpressed by the bling. One of them critiqued the designs for their bargain basement aesthetic. They all look like something you'd get at Hot Topic or Gadzooks in the early 2000s for $10. Kody lovingly designed each piece of jewelry. However, according to a Redditor who seemed to prowl my sister wife's closet on the regular, perusing its wares, Robyn's pendant wasn't available to buy. If that's true, even in terms of the website's inventory, and my sister wife's closet's now in limbo, Robyn got special treatment. However, there's no proof out there now that backs up this statement, so it should be considered speculation. While, at first glance, I thought the designs looked like cheap trinkets from a gumball machine, which are delivered in little plastic eggs. On closer inspection, I began to see some kind of beauty. I could see that each piece was chosen to send a message about the shining qualities of each woman. Of course, there's something sweet and endearing about that. So, I got curious and started poking around, researching symbols from medieval times, or even earlier. All of this was so interesting. Christine is a spunky and cheery woman, and to me, her occasional flashes of temper were usually wholly justified. I felt for the pretty and feisty women that Kody didn't seem to want to spend time with or sleep with. That's a very tough situation for a wife to be in, and I rejoiced when she got herself out of it. In fact, I think she's amazing. I like a little bold spirit in a woman, a fearlessness and a sense of joy, or a desire to feel joy. I think Christine is like that, brave enough to really search for happiness. Anyway, Kody, who never really seemed to be on the same page with Christine after Robyn entered the family, received a pendant that she didn't really love, as previously mentioned. It's in the shape of a heart, with one side of the heart smooth and polished, and the other etched to give it depth and dimension. On the smooth side, a little fairy rests, with one wing visible. Christine has some sassy Tinkerbell charm, so I personally found the symbolism of fairies, as per Britannica, quite interesting. Fairies seem sweet and peaceful, but they have a little more edge in the ancient myths. They weren't always sweetness and light. The The common modern depiction of fairies in children's stories represents a Baudelarization of what was once a serious and even sinister folkloric tradition. The fairies of the past were feared as dangerous and powerful beings who were sometimes friendly to humans but could also be cruel or mischievous. Wow, the notorious villain, Kody probably had no idea that fairies once had sinister connotations, at least, I hope not. While I personally think Christine is the polar opposite of sinister, I do think she's powerful. It has to be said that she pushed back harder against Kody than the others, showing a strong sense of self. Also, she's always had a mischievous quality. Today, with Devid Woolley, she's very playful. If Kody did visit Britannica like I did, and knew about the whole sinister thing, that would be fascinating. However, there's no proof that he researched fairies and checked the top Google results to see what popped up. With Robyn, we have the phoenix. This is a symbol that I find fascinating and life-affirming. To rise from the ashes is one good way of showing the world how much you love life, no matter what it throws at you. Since Robyn probably had the highest degree of comfort in her relationship, as Kody was so devoted, it's interesting that he compared her to a beautiful bird that overcame all manner of problems. This is how he sees Robyn, as strong, a survivor, a passionate person. The phoenix has been contemplated by Christian scholars as per foundations. Its meaning is deep, spiritual, and thought-provoking. One theologist said, not surprisingly, early Christian writers construed the phoenix as a symbol not only of resurrection in general but also of Christ himself and his resurrection in particular. To compare Robyn to such a glorious bird is high praise indeed, based on the quote above, as the creature is compared to Christ. Perhaps Kody, so besotted by Robyn, sees her as fundamentally angelic. That is very romantic. He often idealizes his fourth wife. Kody and Robyn wear matching David Yurman rings. He gazes at Robyn in adoration, even though they fight sometimes. It seems like a love he would die for. Meri, who often seemed to be on the bottom of the Brown family totem pole, didn't seem to inspire the most creativity in Kody. There was no wild firebird for her. There was no fairy with a touch of bad girl charm. What he chose was a variation on a familiar Brown family riff, the Claddagh legend. The family is known for its former love of Claddagh rings, which feature a heart and crown. Their Celtic symbolism is all about love and loyalty. In fact, Meri's necklace features the Latin word, fidelis, which means faithful. Yes, the sentiment is sweet, but maybe it's saccharine sweet. As to me, Kody never seemed to appreciate Meri's mildness, her capacity to keep trying to make it work, uber loyally, year after year. In fact, I felt like it irritated him. However, loyal she was, perhaps to a fault. Meri was willing to divorce Kody so he could legally marry Robyn. Meri really sacrificed for Kody. Hopefully, in the future, she will find a love that's actually worth fighting for. She's teasing a possible romance with a new man, Brandon Stone, so that's not impossible. Donations in Garrison's name. Garrison loved animals, and I love that Janelle is encouraging this kind of tribute, one fan wrote on social media. Since losing her son, Janelle Brown has been on a healing journey, focusing on her mental and emotional well-being. Recently, she shared how she's been taking time for herself, practicing meditation and journaling to help calm her mind. Yes, Meri strayed during her unfortunate catfishing scandal, but she was obviously very lonely in her relationship. It's hard not to feel sorry for the woman who was driven to that, and then ended up humiliated. I personally think Meri, who is always put down, is more like a phoenix, rising up out of that morass to really shine. Meri's now the owner of Worthy Up, a collaborative space for people who want to build their self-esteem. Of course, Janelle, who lost her wonderful son, Garrison, is really the boldest and most beautiful phoenix of them all. With so much dignity, she has soldiered on, showing all of us what grace under pressure really means. However, for Janelle, Kody chose a roots of life symbol. The tree that's bound to the earth by its strong roots isn't a bad symbol for Janelle. She is remarkably down to earth, always getting real about life. She's not a pretentious woman, she's not overdramatic. Janelle is the salt of the earth. Janelle's new business, Taeda Farms, will sell flowers, some of nature's most stunning masterpieces. KodyBrown clearly has a softer side, as his custom necklaces for Robyn and his now exes show. However, by giving Robyn the Firebird, he shows what's really in his heart. For her, the symbol, linked with Christ, is all about reverence. With this in mind, it's best for everyone that Kody and Robyn can be together, living in monogamy. There really wasn't room in Kody's heart for 4 women once he met his true love. Sister Wives star KodyBrown set out to prove something, but instead, it sounds like he's morphing into a stigma for another family practicing polygamy in a TLC series. Kody failed to keep his famous polygamous family intact after setting out to prove something to the world with his reality show. His lifestyle was once an inspiration for a wife from another TLC polygamous series, Seeking Sister Wife. But today, Danielle Merrifield, the star of that show, adamantly shuts down the comparisons to their family with Kody's now defunct brood. Sister Wives, comparisons to KodyBrown. KodyBrown made quite an impact on reality TV. So, it seems only natural that his polygamous series would collect comparisons. Especially from another show featuring a polygamous lifestyle. But, unlike Sister Wives, where cameras follow Kody and his 4 wives, Seeking Sister Wife has a little more variety. Instead of one family's trials and tribulations, the other show offers 3 families as examples of polygamy today. This series covers the search for another wife, the courting stage, and the ordeal of transitioning a new wife into the family. While the Sister Wives fans saw the courting of Robyn Brown, followed by the rather rocky transitioning phase into a wife, that was over a decade ago. That's not us. Danielle Merrifield recently rejected a comparison made about her and her husband, Garrett Merrifield, to Kody's plural marriage. Danielle says that her relationship with her husband resembles nothing at all when it comes to KodyBrown and his once 4 wives. She pointed out that because KodyBrown's polygamous marriages failed, it isn't a roadmap for all other plural marriages. It's the same case with monogamous marriages. When one fails, it doesn't mean they all will. Danielle was very aware of Kody and his Sister Wives series. She said she started watching the show while still in high school. While the family is in ruins today, that wasn't always the case. She suggested the Brown family had a good thing going for many years. Danielle talked about Kody and his wives. I think they had a lot of problems. It's a lot of work. Relationships are hard. Sister Wives. KodyBrown, standard for polygamy today. Kody and his family came on the reality scene expecting to show the world something. Their message was that polygamous families can live very normal lives. He showed up with his TLC reality show on the heels of polygamy getting a bad name in the news. So, he had a bit of a battle on his hands. He needed to demonstrate that all families are not alike in a plural marriage. And he was successful. People warmed up to Kody and his wives. Their kids seemed well-rounded, and their 5 parents demonstrated love and caring within the family. But as time went on, problems piled up. So, today KodyBrown practices monogamy with Robyn Brown, the last wife left. Kody was adamant about showing the world they were a typical family. But instead, he had 4 wives and his kids had 4 mothers. Just like today, Danielle pushes back when they are compared to KodyBrown and his family. Ironically, years back, that's how Kody started. He pushed against the headlines of the dark side of polygamy. Now another series attempts to show that it could work. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown's son's recent chilling behavior caught the eye of some fans, who continue to debate what they see online today from the now defunct polygamous family from this TLC series. Sister Wives, Janelle Brown and daring son. Janelle Brown is now a mom whose kids are all grown up. But for fans, it seems like it was only yesterday her youngest, Savanah Brown, was coloring at the kitchen table. But the latest post to catch the eyes of her Sister Wives fans has nothing to do with a coloring book or Savanah, for that matter. No, it has to do with her 27-year-old son, Hunter Brown. He is the 3rd child of Janelle and the 6th offspring of KodyBrown. Fans see Janelle's kids as a polite brood while saying what is on their minds. Usually, Hunter is not seen by fans as craving the limelight. But his newest social media posts left plenty of room for the Sister Wives fans to have their say over what they see. Hunter Brown has Janelle's back. While we might not see too much of this son on Sister Wives, he is very protective of Janelle in real life. During the services for his brother, Garrison Brown, the photos indicated that he didn't leave his mom's side. He stood behind her during some of the more emotional parts of that service. Janelle's kids are wonderful to their mom. This was seen during the tragic event that rocked the Sister Wives family. But this son's protective behavior with his mom stood out for the fans. This son also has a terrific sense of humor, which brings us to a recent post on social media. Talk about a chill. Sister Wives. Hunter Brown offers bone-chilling photo. Janelle Brown gets a kick out of her kids, and their sense of humor brought many a smile to their mom's face in the past. But in a recent post, Hunter's sense of humor not only gave the audience a shiver, he's likely shivering himself. Janelle Brown's son sits in a freezer full of ice water and ice cubes. Check it out in the screenshot below. In the clip, the top of the freezer opens, and out he pops. But the debate from critics goes beyond the temperature of his ice bath. Believe it or not, some Sister Wives fans were taken aback by the amount of skin Janelle's son showed in this photo. Of course, the complaints were bombarded by people who saw nothing wrong with this clip. Others suggested this was a fun activity and this family could use a few smiles on the heels of their recent tragedy. So that smile on Hunter's face was a welcome sight. For Sister Wives fans and likely Janelle as well. Many suggested you would see more skin on a beach with bathing suit-clad sunbathers. He probably wore a bathing suit, or maybe even a pair of shorts, under all those floating ice cubes. But a few fans pointed out that even if he went in with his birthday suit on, he never once showed anything inappropriate for general audiences. So, Janelle Brown's son, Hunter Brown, managed to give the Sister Wives fans a chill. But a little jolt is always good between seasons of this TLC series. Sister Wives fans have been mocking KodyBrown for a long time. From the way he speaks to his interesting hair choices, they just seemingly cannot stop. Now, a resurfaced clip of Kody frolicking in the water is not only cringeworthy but is also slightly traumatizing. From day one, in 2010, the Brown women dressed very conservatively. They always wore layers such as tank tops over t-shirts or long-sleeved shirts. As time went on and the daughters grew up, they wanted to be a little more revealing when it came to dances. Kody was not a big fan of this, whereas the mothers, Christine and Janelle, felt their girls should be confident. Eventually, the wives took on more lax dress codes and left behind the matronly looks. They traded in sweaters for denim coats and started to pile on the makeup. It was a definite upgrade from season 1 to where they are now. The one person who had no problem altering his appearance was patriarch Kody. He mainly just switched up his hair, which was always a subject of discussion. As for his clothing, he was pretty much always in buttoned-down shirts, business casual. However, there was an incident where he took a dip in a pond. To do this, he stripped down to nothing but his skivvies or a Speedo. The image has been captured on Reddit and fans went wild over this image. After seeing Kody basically in his undies, it is something one cannot unsee, and viewers are making that quite clear. Oh, the horror. Taking a dip in a pond should be a fun experience, and KodyBrown seemed to relish the moment. Unfortunately, Sister Wives fans may have joined in his joy more had he been wearing swim trunks. Seeing the father of 18 in a Speedo was more than most bargained for, and a Reddit thread has been started over it. In the older clip, Kody is gallivanting the pond, saying, "It's just getting better and better." To that, one Redditor noted, "Seeing Kody in his little underwear was traumatizing." Another asked, "What episode is this so I can skip the mental image that will live with me forever?" Many Redditors felt for those who had to witness this firsthand without any blurring involved. Two brought up the aspect of conservative dressing, noting how he wanted one of his daughters to wear a tank top in the pond. Someone else had this to say, "What happened to those all-important modesty standards there, Kody?" Kody was extremely proud to show off his body, if anyone actually remembers the episode, as he was flexing the moment he entered the water. Yet, should anyone expect anything less from the Brown patriarch? Thanks for watching this video. What do you think about this video? Told on comment box and subscribe our channel.